I heard you do. I heard you did a little thing with Mark.
I did do a little thing with Mark.
An ape story kind of thing.
I think you could describe it as living within the ape story genre.
Why would you do that, and what was it like writing for Mark?
Well, it's funny you should ask me about writing for Mark, because he was bitching the whole time saying that I was still writing for you.
How do you mean?
Well, he was saying that all the dialogue that he had was actually things that you would say.
Fucking right it was.
Well, in retrospect, and in fairness to Mark, I think he had a point.
Well, thankfully Mark has grasped the notion that I am Ape Story and I'm an integral part of it. It doesn't work without me. Now, bad enough that we use me to get your work done for college. Now you're sneaking around behind my back with Mark.
If you objected to me using you in the first instance, why would you object to me replacing you with Mark?
Because even when you're using Mark, you're using me.
That's just not true.
It is true. You said yourself that you wrote me even though you're using Mark. So wait to piss your mates off, Rush.
Writing you is one thing. It's not quite like going over to your house and pulling you up out of bed and dragging you over here and saying, you better act this.
How do you know it isn't?
What? How do you mean?
Well, is there anybody out there writing you at the moment?
No, but like if... Yes, I write me. I'm writing me.
You're writing you. You don't have any idea what the kind of voodoo that you're messing around with here, Rush.
Voodoo. Voodoo is the thing now.
Call it whatever you want. Every time you write me, you spend a little part of my soul, and it counts for double even when you do that behind my back.
Fuck off, will you?
You should know, Rush. You're doing it to yourself as well.
Well, there you go. If I'm doing it to myself, I can tell you that I feel fine.
That's not true. And God knows what the hell has happened to poor Mark.
I don't feel 100%, but it has nothing to do with what we're doing here.
Are you sure, Rush? You don't feel a little bit odd looking at yourself, being yourself?
Yeah, granted, looking at yourself, pretending to be yourself, that's a bizarre experience, but I don't equate it to losing parts of your soul.
Yeah, but you've alienated yourself from your spiritual self.
You know what's weird now?
What?
You would never have actually said that in real life.
Yeah, and I only knew that after I said it. That's how fucked up things have got.
So I fucked everything up by using Mark.
By taking Mark, trying to get Mark to be me, now I've lost all sense of self. Mark's probably running around acting like a cock, abusing people, and then afterwards saying to himself, why the hell did I do that?
Being a cock is universal. I was driving into the house today and Baz was coming the other way in the car, and he saw me and he actually took both his hands off the steering wheel to give me a double up yours.
That's nothing to do with this now, that's just a vaguely amusing story.
Well, it was immature and it was dangerous.
And Baz is a confused little man at the best of times, but I still don't think it's anything to do with this. Unless you've actually managed to throw the whole of society off kilter. And I'm pretty confident that you don't have the power to do that at this stage in your development, Rush.
Well, thanks for saying that, but in terms of writing, I'm not the first person to challenge notions of identity, and I don't think it has the profound effect on people that you do.
But you are a fucking asshole.
Well, I think society has come back to normal, because that actually is something you would say.
Yeah, it is something I would have said, but now I'm just as likely to say something that anybody has ever said.
So say the Archduke Ferdinand de Lesseps when he'd just been shot.
Anybody in the world who has ever existed, I have the potential to say something that they have ever said since the dawn of time on this planet.
So say the leader of the Irish suffragette movement in 1890.
Educate, emancipate, liberate.
Or a young African American hoodlum in Harlem in the 70s just about to rob some granny.
Give me my money, you motherfucker.
You know what, I think you're right. I think I'm after disrupting the whole of the world's history.
More importantly, what ever happened to that underwater camera rig you had?
I still have it, and I plan to use it, but I just thought in the meantime that I'd, make some 3-minute works.